hustle mama.
Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Welcome back to the channel. I'm honored today to have Delva Douglas with MBS Holistic Travel with us, and she's going to explain about her business and how she works in Jamaica and other locations. So I'm excited to talk about that and jump into that. But first, if you guys haven't already, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send that out every Saturday at 8 a.m. And it has helpful tips on buying real estate in Jamaica, how to set up and manage your Airbnb, and also information on new developments or homes that are for sale. So with that out of the way, welcome, Delva.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about this. So it's interesting how we met because it was a while ago at Drax Hall. And as many people that watch the channel know, we have a house over there, and we met in Drax Hall and just kind of stayed in touch. It's been a few years now, maybe 3 years, I think. So
yeah, at least 3 years.
Right. So I'm really excited to have you share more about MBS Holistic Travel. So why don't you give us an overview and tell us what exactly you do and how you help people?
Certainly. So MBS Holistic Travel is mainly a retreat company. So what we do is we do holistic retreats. We do everything travel, but the main thing that we do is retreats. We also have a rental. We have a 2-bedroom vacation rental. We can set someone up for car rental, just about anything that has to do with travel, we do it. But our specialty is retreats to Jamaica and other parts of the world.
All right. So when you started this in Jamaica, what was your main inspiration, and what was your motivation to start this in Jamaica?
Oh, certainly. Okay, so I'm from Jamaica originally. I've been living in the US for over 30 plus years, but Jamaica is my love, right? It's extremely beautiful, and I want other people to see the beauty of Jamaica. That was one of the inspirations. And so there's several layers to it. So I'm a mental health therapist, and I've seen the benefits of traveling because I do travel extensively myself. And I've seen being able to get away from your regular environment and being someplace beautiful, the benefits that can have on your well-being. On a sadder note, I've had 2 people that were very close to me who were workaholics, didn't take time off for vacations, even though I would stress to them how important that was, that passed away, right? One from a brain aneurysm and one from a heart attack. Right. And so that made me even more wanted to do this, because I want people to recognize the benefits of stepping away. That's really what retreat is, right? Stepping away from your regular routine and taking care of yourself. And that's not something that was readily available for me, especially growing up in Jamaica. I never saw my family take off for vacations, or anything like that. So it's not something that was taught. So it's something that you have to teach yourself, that you have to take care of yourself first, because we're really taught in most homes, we're taught to take care of others. We're not taught to take care of ourselves. So
I can definitely relate to that. Being a wife, being a mother, I think a lot of women can probably relate to the fact that we give so much of ourselves to our family or our career. And then at the end of the day, there's not much left sometimes to take care of yourself. So that sounds like something I think a lot of us can probably relate to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I know you were saying you have a lot of retreats in Jamaica and in different locations. So I know probably a lot of your retreats are different, and you might have varied activities and things, but what is a typical day at a retreat? What can a person expect to be doing, or the location or maybe activities that they might do during a typical day.
Sure, absolutely. So from one of the things that I try to do when I do retreats is to have it near the water, because I believe the water is very healing, right? So I try to look for properties that are either on the water or you can get a view of the water from the property, right? So a typical day would be, there'll be breakfast in the morning. There might be some morning reflections. There's yoga. Someone might come in and do some massage or some regular exercise. We go for a walk. There are different activities. So it depends on the retreat itself. So for example, we have a retreat that's coming up at the end of September 29th. I'm sorry, September 27th to October 4th, right? Mm-hmm. And on that retreat, it's a healing retreat. So that retreat is going to be a little different from some of our other ones, because with this one, there's going to be therapy every day, except for one day when that will just be a fun day, because after you've had therapy day after day, you kind of need a break from it to just clear your mind and just have fun. So a typical day will look like, first thing in the morning, there's morning reflections, breakfast, some yoga, maybe some group activities where, you're talking about different things. Poetry, we'll do some poetry where you'll be taught how to write your feelings out in a poetic way to release them. We'll have a bonfire that you'll, write out things that you want to get rid of, to just burn from your life, just release it and toss it in the fire. So we'll have different activities. And for those who are, Christian or believe in God, we can have ministers that will come in and pray with you. For those, but it is voluntary for those who want to do it, right? So there are different things that you'll do through the course of the retreat, because not everybody heal in the same way. So we'll have different modalities that we'll do that will help for each person to be able to release whatever is it that they need to release from their lives.
Yeah, I love that you incorporate writing into it, because I think definitely throughout my life, you go through ups and downs and different things. And for me, sometimes it's hard to say things or verbalize something, but you have so much inside you, and writing it is really therapeutic. I found for me, that's always been helpful. So that's great that that's one of the ways you incorporate the healing into that retreat. So with the retreat, how would this differ from an all-inclusive that a single person, a couple, or a family could go to in Jamaica or one of the other locations?
Oh, great question. There are some similarities and there are a lot of differences, right? So for example, with the all-inclusive, you get your meals, your stay and your meals are included. And that's the same for the retreat. But with the retreat, you also get the yoga. You have the option of doing a massage. You have a licensed clinician that's there to process any issues that you might be facing. So say, for example, it's a couple and they're experiencing a lot of issues in their marriage, right? And so they say, oh, let's do a getaway. We're going to get away together. But they're not talking. They're going there and they're eating and they're going places, but they're not discussing the issues. And so they leave with the issues and they go back home with the issues, right? So the difference between the all-inclusive and a retreat is that you're actually doing the same things you would do at all-inclusive, but you're getting the extra benefits of being able to process some of the issues. You're feeling stressed out from work, you're getting a massage. You're having couples issues, you're talking about the issues and finding tools and techniques to help you to resolve those issues. So those are the extra benefits. You're actually getting away and going back without some of the issues that you came on the trip with.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I find too, I've been married almost 17 years. So, communication is huge. And when you don't have it, it's hard. And sometimes if there's something that's bothering you and you want to bring it up, it's like, do I bring it up? I don't want to cause a problem. So it's great that these retreats foster that communication and really moving past, any of the issues, so you can really talk about it and work it out instead of going back home after a great vacation, but still with all your baggage.
Exactly.
So I love that it kind of, sometimes we need a little push to talk about stuff, you know?
Absolutely. And I'll give you an example too. So we had a extensive couples retreat, and we had a couple that was on that retreat that was referred to the retreat by her therapist, right? To say, you know, when she shared some of the issues that were in the marriage, that, you know, the therapist says, why don't you guys do a retreat? And they did just that. And from the retreat, when they started talking about the issues in the marriage, the spouse was able to say, you know what? I need to do some individual work on myself. So they were able to get the insight to the fact that they needed some additional help just for them, so that they could function better in the marriage and relate better, communicate better. And so the other spouse pulled me to the side after, you know, towards the end of the retreat and said, I'm so glad we did this, because this is what I wanted, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say, you know, I need you to go to therapy, but the spouse was able to make that decision on their own after some of the issues were, you know, put on the table, and they were able to see things at a deeper level. So there's such great benefits to retreats.
Yeah, and I've heard it said in the past, I'm sure you've heard it also, a marriage isn't a half of a person and a half of a person coming together to make a whole. It's a whole person and a whole person coming together to make a new whole. So yeah, if you have things, you know, that you have to work on yourself, it definitely affects all your relationships for sure.
That is so true.
So when you have people that want to go on a retreat, is there a minimum age, or is it open to, you know, adults, or what is a guideline as far as that's concerned?
Well, it depends on the retreat itself. So most retreats, it's just open to, you know, 18 on up to 60, 70 years old, right? It's just open to everyone, but there are going to be retreats that are specific to, so we have a retreat for women over 50. Right? So it's
nice.
going to be for women who are 50 and older. So like our singles retreat, that's for everyone. As long as you're a minimum age is 18. So it could be anyone at all that's single. And I think that's good, because the last one that we did, we had like a good range in age. And what that did was the younger ones were able to learn from the older ones, and vice versa, right? So people bring the different experiences, and they were able to learn that, okay, so I'm not alone in what I'm feeling or what I'm experiencing. And this person has shared, and this has been helpful to me, right? So yeah.
I love that. And I always love learning from people who are maybe in a little bit later stage and can say, you know, what you're going through, it's normal, like you said, and you'll come through it, and, you know, it'll be fine. So I think that's really great that you have mixed ages, because yeah, you can definitely learn a lot. So well, tell us about some of the upcoming retreats you have. What is the focus of those, whether for singles or ladies, and where are some of those being held?
Oh, absolutely. We have a great lineup of retreats, because what we try to do retreats that will be for everyone. So we try to bring everybody in, right? So the upcoming one that we have, that's the healing retreat. Then we have one in November 29th, I believe, to December 2nd. And that is a spirituality retreat. So that's a retreat for those who want to draw closer to God, feel like their relationship is lacking with him, and want to be able to strengthen that relationship, right? And so that's gonna be it for 2024. And in 2025, our very first retreat will be a woman of color retreat. And that one is in March. I don't have the specific date in front of me. And then after, we'll have a couples getaway,
Nice.
which will be, actually, that one will be a luxury couples getaway for Valentine's, actually. For the lovers, yes, who want to do something special or surprise their special person, that is designed for them. And then we have an intensive couples retreat for folks who are needing a little bit of help in their relationship. They've hit a stone wall, they're needing to, renew their intimacy or communicate better. that retreat is for them. We have a singles retreat also. We have a retreat for parents and children. We're really hoping to gear towards adult children with their aging parents, because life comes with no guarantees. And so you want to build memories with your parents as they're aging, and get away and do a retreat together, talk about things, resolve issues if there are issues to be resolved. That is really the focus of that one. And similarly, we have the same for fathers and their children to do the same. We have a men's retreat. We have another healing retreat for 2025. We have a retreat to Greece, which I'm super excited about. That is going to Santorini. You'll fly into Athens and we'll spend some time in Santorini. And then the very last retreat for the year will be a retreat to Ghana, West Africa. So we have an amazing lineup for 2025.
That sounds amazing. Those are some great destinations. And it sounds like all the men out there, book your Valentine's trip.
Yes, yes.
So, yes, that sounds like a lot of fun. And all the other trips you have planned, it sounds really good. I love how you bring the family into it. And so you can work on those relationships with your children or your parents. So that sounds really good. So so if people are interested in learning more or are interested in one of the specific retreats that you just mentioned, what is the best way for them to get that information or contact you with any questions they may have?
Certainly. So they can go to our website, www.mbsholistictravel.com. They can also send us an email at admin@MBS Holistic Travel. They can also call us at 919-633-1218. That's 919-633-1218. So they can use any of those ways of contacting us.
Okay. And for everybody out there, I will put all that information in the description, the website, Delva's phone number and the email. And also I know you're on social media as well. So I'll put that information.
Yes, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram and Facebook. So I forgot to mention that those are ways that we can be contacted too.
Okay, and that's a great way to just follow MBS Holistic Travel and see what's going on at the retreats. I'm sure you have some amazing photos. So that would be fun to follow for sure.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah. And as far as booking, so for example, you said you have some retreats later this year and then into next year already planned. If there's a specific trip or retreat that someone is interested in, as far as payment, how does that work? Do they pay all up front or do you have payment plans set up?
Yes, we do. So we have payment. You can put $99 down for the retreat and then go on a payment plan, either by registering on our website. You can register your information on the website and then make your payments right there. Or we can set the payments up for you and send a reminder for each month how much you would pay to pay off the retreat. There's also Afterpay. So you can select Afterpay and you can make monthly payments to them. So there are several options in which you can be able to afford the retreats.
Thank you so much, Delva, for explaining all this. And I definitely look forward to seeing a lot of beautiful pictures. I'm going to be watching for the Santorini. I think it's beautiful there, but I've never had the pleasure of going. So I'll definitely be looking out for those.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, if, say, for example, someone vacations a lot, so they don't really feel like they have the need for a retreat, but they know someone in their family that could use it, they're stressed out, had a loss or something, they can also treat them to a retreat by purchasing the gift card. We have a gift card option on the website. So you can treat someone to a retreat, or you can sponsor someone. We have a sponsor page where someone can write in and say why they would, benefit from it, or recommend someone who can benefit. And we also allow for people to be able to donate to that, to sponsor someone doing a retreat.
Thank you so much, Delva. And anyone that's interested in any information, be sure to check out MBS Holistic Travel. They're on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll put the website and Delva's email and phone number. So if you have any questions or interested in one of the retreats that she mentioned, be sure to reach out to her. And also, if you would like to be a sponsor and help someone that could really benefit from one of the retreats, you can do that as well. So thanks so much, Delva, for your time. And it was a pleasure speaking with you.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me.
Sidehustlemama.